Hey folks, this is Sunday, March 14th, 2021. I've been in the shop kind of organizing and cleaning. We're in pretty good shape right now. I'll give you guys a quick look as to what we've got, what the changes are from last time. We're still not 100% done yet. I've been here for a month now. There's a lot of work that needed to be done when we moved in, but we're making good progress. So let's take a quick walk around and we'll see what we've got so far. So for kind of an overview and for reference, I'm standing by the overhead doors, my truck outside. So this is the back side of the shop. Classroom would be at the other end. If we take a look down through, we've got 12 welding booths along this side. That noise you'll hear periodically is the pulse jet air cleaner for this massive ventilation system. So it's a recirculating ventilation system with these big blower units outside. You get a look at these units out here. So there's cartridge filters in there. They're ginormous. 20 of them total between the two units. But at any rate, you'll hear that from time to time. It's normal. At any rate, the welding booths are here. We've got the leads, cables, and hoses are run into the booths. The only thing that's not complete yet is the control cables for the wire feeders. They're still, I haven't put the 14-pin plugs on. Thank God there's only 6 of the 14 pins wired up for what we're doing. But basically, the booths are all set up. We've got still have to add the clamp to the end of the fixture here. So there's a large Wilton C-clamp. It'll get added right there. These adjustments for the sucker tubes, they're not 100% done yet, and these are kind of scavenged from the old booths. We'll end up building new ones, but we want to hook this up the way it was and then work the kinks out and really kind of come up with something nice. There's an air line fitting in every booth. We're using a European style quick disconnect. It's a push to connect, and it's a safety release. So when you release it, the hose stays connected until the pressure drops, and then it pops out safely. So there are 3/8 air fittings. Convenience outlet in every booth, and then a little tray underneath. I still have to build wire boxes for the stick wire, but again, like I said, we've got a lot going on. On the end of the booth, and I'll kind of come back to this. This is the gas mixing station. So for our C25 gas, we're actually mixing it. We've got a gas mixer here that is connected to a bulk CO2 tank. There it is outside. And then we've got the argon down at the other end. So we'll kind of come to that in a minute. Ventilation system works amazingly well, although it's really loud in here. It's a lot like being at the shipyard. Right now we've got wire stored in the shop for immediate use. The oven is actually got a broken part on the inside that's been ordered, so the wire's not in the oven, it's just kind of stacked in front of it. And again, if we go down through the booths, these 12 are all the same. They've all been pulled together, tacked together. They're all anchored to the ground. And the only thing really left in terms of the booths is there'll be an extra fluorescent light, well, not fluorescent, but LED light mounted up there, just because the lighting is good until you put your welding hood on, right? And then with an auto darkening hood, the lighting's not so great. Power supply rack is loaded up. We've got a combination of machines, all Miller, but we've got some XMT 350 MPAs. We've got 22A wire feeders. We've got S74 MPA plus feeders. I've actually got an XMT 350 MPA with arc reach. Just got that, and also the arc reach suitcase, which is a pretty amazing grab. Was able to get that as a demo unit from Miller through Bath Iron Works from the welding lab. Our 480 volt power is all kind of tied up above. And again, here what we have is the argon half of the mixing station with additional storage for extra argon cylinders. And again, just gas cylinder storage right here in general. So this station here allows us to switch from the 3 bottles on one side to the 3 bottles on the left side. Right now we're hooked up to the right. We just simply turn this and it will select the other 3. We've got approximately 2,500 PSI coming in. These bottles are full. And the outlet pressure is running at about 115 PSI. That's what is going into the mixer, along with the CO2 at the same rate. Here we've got a small manifold that's not full yet. These will all have double flow regulators. This is a single regulator, so we can get 12 hookups here for 95.5 gas for spray transfer MIG and for pulse arc. If you're running pulse arc, folks, and you're not running 95.5 gas, this is argon CO2, 95% argon, 5% CO2, consider it. It's what Bath Iron Works uses for everything except, the nickel alloys, where they use a 75-25 helium argon mix. It runs amazing. The control is great. It's a great gas mix. At any rate, following this up above, we've got an inline regulator to reduce the pressure coming over directly to the manifold. For the argon side, the CO2 side is reduced as it comes out of the mixer itself. And then the individual gas lines running to the booths hang here, and they're all tagged on the ends. So the only thing we're missing right now are the flow meters. So we'll have a flow meter that connects to these 600 series Eaton Hansen fittings. So we can just take the flow meter and hook it from, the C25 manifold down to the argon manifold and back and forth. So that little regulator up there is necessary because the flow meters are calibrated at 50 PSI. So we can't run, 115 PSI into those units. Electrical panels are open. Apparently there was an electrician working in here yesterday, so I'm going to leave those where they are. We got a few things that haven't been stowed or tossed yet. But again, another look down through the 12 main booths on the right-hand side of the shop. Again, these were built by the students. This saved a ton of money and allowed us to do other things here in the shop that we might not have been able to do. Additionally, the power supply racks, which kind of mimic racks at BIW, to a functional degree at least. Again, these are all set up just like they would be at Bath Iron Works. I wanted a professional environment here, not a high school shop environment, even though it is a high school shop. The storeroom, continues to be a work in progress. I'm waiting for a couple more racks in the middle. My daughter came in and helped organize some of the stuff, but as you can see, there's still a lot of stuff that just hasn't been put away, and that's the large air compressor. There it goes, in the corner. Down the middle of the shop, we've got material storage. Right now, we've got a lot of these assemblies from BIW. I've got a student right now who is at the welding school at Bath Iron Works. He texted me a picture the other day, or he messaged me saying, thank God we welded these assemblies when we were in the school because they've really helped him. So the particular assembly that he was working on is this one right here. I call it a BIW assembly type 1, but basically these are assemblies that are made by the ship fitter trainees, and the welders use them for practice, and BIW has worked with me, and we get the overflow. So I've got pallet loads of these assemblies for practice for the students. Okay, kind of backing up on this side of the shop, material rack, that's the first thing really that got set up. The bandsaw is actually level. It never was before, so the rollers are actually level as well. Here on this side, we've got these Sigmund fab tables. These are spectacular. We've got 2 of these fab tables. We just got them set up. They're level. They're on a single plane from one to the other, so it's like a single surface going across. If we had large parts we wanted to work on, various assortment of clamping fixtures, angle irons, you name it, came with these basic kits, and they sell, of course, a lot more accessories, but these are about 1,600 pounds each, solid steel, just beautifully crafted fab tables, okay, throughout the shop. On the other side, I walked right past it. This is a burning station. This is under construction right now. So we've taken the old table and converted it over. We've got 4 slots cut into this. Ventilation will come down via rigid duct from up above to a hole in the center, and there'll be rolling carts that will go underneath the table and ductwork that will connect to those, so you'll have a center downdraft for all 4 slots, which will allow us to burn with both oxy-fuel and plasma. So this has got to be raised up. It's a little low, but again, we just started that modification the other day. We've got 4 oxy-fuel carts and then 1 propylene cart, primarily used for heating, in here in the shop. And again, coming around to the other side of the shop, we've got the last 4 booths. These have not been set up yet. 2 of these will be used for welding for regular students when I'm at capacity. 2 of them are specialty booths. They all have 2 power connections in here. This is going to be replaced. This is a temporary cap. So this will have our quick disconnect 480 volt connectors that we have, the cam lock connectors. And the other connector is a 208, and these will be mounted on the booth. The cam lock will just simply hang. It'll replace this. But this will be mounted, and inside, again, there's a convenience outlet. These booths are set up the same way. These booths have not been pulled together. They've not been aligned. You can see they're misaligned. So they haven't been bolted together at the rear. The bolting hole to hold these to make them rigid has not been installed yet. So we just started working on these the other day, and really we got more work to do, to be sure, but we've come a long ways. We've got a little material rack here. This is a pullover from the old school, one of Mark Mary's student projects, I'm sure. We'll use this for material for these 4 booths for standard weld coupons. We've got a couple of grinders that haven't been mounted to the floor yet, bandsaw that's just kind of been temporarily set in place, the drill press, little storage rack for jigs and fixtures, and then we've got our guided bend test machine mounted outside the grinding booth. So the saw will cut the guided bend pieces. The grinding booth, not functional yet. They were here working on it on Friday, but it's not up and running yet. But this will open up. We can grind inside to our heart's content. That'll take care of all the dust and debris, and then we can come out here and we can do our guided bend tests. And I got to find somewhere around here, there's a little tub of grease to lube this up. So again, a little bit of material storage on the back side here. And we've actually got a cart. It's like one of those Home Depot style carts. I got it from Uline, great company so far. Their shipping is amazingly fast. We got to assemble that, and we'll put the plate product in it so we can roll the plate product wherever we need it. Battery tool storage, again, temporary right now until we get more. Classroom, as has been seen in update videos before, is still not done, but we haven't used it yet. I have all the tool kits, so every student will get a tool kit and issued. Right now there's just a basic set, but inside there is face shield, combination square, channel lock pliers, pair of welpers, tape measure, slag hammer, and their stick tongs, their stinger, if you will. So we've got to look inside at what we've got for just basic tools that these guys will have as they move around the shop. I want to simulate, again, a trade type environment where they have their own things. So that, folks, in a nutshell, is it. The shop it's really coming along well. It's a beautiful shop, really beautiful shop, and it's taken a lot of work. The students have done amazing work getting this thing set up and running, and they've been very patient, which I have to say I fully appreciate. But anyway, without further ado, this is kind of a long update, but that's where we stand right now. And I'll just sign off and say thank you for everyone that helped make this shop a reality. I want to thank the students for all the work that they've done. And we're going to have an amazing year next year. We'll get through the COVID stuff. We'll get back to normal sometime soon. And I think we're going to see some great things come out of Bath Tech. This is this is the shop I've been dreaming of since I left Bath Iron Works almost 4 years ago. So hopefully the next videos that I produce will be content. We'll start getting back into classroom lecture replacement content, and it's going to be a long summer. I'll be working here quite a bit. All right, take care. Bye-bye.